What if I told you that it's actually very easy to manifest your first $100,000, at least if you avoid one big mistake that so many deliberate creators make when they try to manifest money for the very first time. And if you then also follow 4 key principles of manifesting that allowed me to manifest $100,000, then another $100,000, and so on until it led me to complete financial freedom. And in today's video, I'm going to share this big mistake with you. I'm going to also share these 4 key principles with you that you have to follow. And on top of that, I will show you how these key principles can save you a lot of time, a lot of headache when manifesting, and how you can use them in a practical way so that you can easily draw money to you. And on top of that, I have a very special gift for you that I will reveal at some point in this video. So make sure that you watch it till the very end. And when it comes to this big mistake that you absolutely must avoid, I want to ask you a simple question. What if there were 2 words, only 2 words, that you have to eradicate from your vocabulary, and this would 10x your manifestation success? Would you do it? Would you do it even though deep down you are now so attached to these words? I mean, I know what I'm talking about because I used to be attached to these words. A couple of years ago, when I embarked on my manifestation journey, when I tried to manifest money for the very first time, I was so overly focused on making money with this one struggling business that I had. And I was meditating, I was manifesting, I was trying my best to draw the money to me with this one struggling business, while the universe was looking at me and saying, dude, what are you doing? We have all these ideas, all these synchronicities that we can provide you with, and all these business ideas that are waiting for you. And you, what do? You're wasting your time focusing on this one business. And I still remember how the moment I opened up my focus, the moment I said, okay, universe, no matter where the abundance is coming from, no matter what kind of business ideas will flow to me, I am open to them. That's when everything shifted. That's when everything changed. And that's why it's so important for you to let go of how and when. How will it happen? With this job or that job? How will I find the money? How will I get it? With this business idea or that business idea? The universe will guide you with signs, with synchronicities. Your job is to know what you want and why you want it. Because if you know what you want, then well, you can visualize it. You can go into the imaginal act. You can combine the elevated emotion with the clear intention, as Dr. Joe Dispenza always says it. But if you also know why you want it, for example, the $100,000, and for you the $100,000 represent the beginning of your financial freedom, the beginning of really feeling, yes, I have the power to manifest, that is all that matters, because then you can motivate yourself intrinsically to meditate every day, to manifest every day. And always remember the words from Neville Goddard. All you can possibly need or desire is already yours. You need no helper to give it to you. It is yours now. Call your desires into being by imagining and feeling your wish fulfilled. Now that you know which mistake you absolutely must avoid, now you're ready for the first of the 4 key principles that I want to share with you. And the first key principle can be perfectly described with this picture. And I know right now it might not make perfect sense, but let me ask you something. If there was one thing that you would have to change about your manifestation process, just one thing, and this particular thing, or we could also say this particular activity, sounds so weird and so crazy and so out of the box that most people don't even think about it, would you do it? I decided to do it. And this activity, or this thing, however you want to call it, started for me at my very first Dr. Joe Dispenza week-long advanced retreat. And in this week-long advanced retreat, I asked myself the following question. Why is he always letting us feel in our heart before every meditation? And I just couldn't think of an answer. I was still new to this work. I mean, I had meditated at home, of course, but I was not that immersed in it. Until during one lecture where he showed one specific graph that showed the different frequencies and the distance between your thought, which is what you want, and the manifestation occurring in your life. And then it made click. It simply made click. And I then had this formula in my mind. And this formula is not E equals mc squared, but the formula is activated heart plus emotion equals frequency. And that's why I wanted to show you this drawing. And that's why I'm such a big fan of brain and heart coherence, of creating brain and heart coherence, which is also something that we practice together in case you decide to work with me in my 8-week one-on-one coaching program, the Abundance Reality Shift Coaching Program. And when it comes to brain and heart coherence, we create a coherent heart and a coherent brain. And then you have the connection to the field, to the universe, to universal energy. And there are all the potentials that you want. And one of these potentials is that you manifest the 100,000. And then when you have an activated heart, you, so to speak, have a Wi-Fi signal. And with this Wi-Fi signal, you have the steady connection to the universe. And then you can send the signal out with that steady Wi-Fi signal. You can send the signal out as if you would send an email or as if you would send a file. You could send the signal out into the field with your intention, aka your visual image, and you then draw the experience back to you with the elevated emotion. And this is a complete game changer. It was a game changer for so many of my coaching clients. I mean, if you go to affirmation2manifestation.com/abundance, then you can watch the video testimonials from previous coaching clients and see what they manifested. And it was a game changer for me. And nowadays, I'm always tuning into my heart, and I know that this will be incredibly helpful for you on your manifestation journey when you are about to manifest your first $100,000. And the next key principle is so important, but so controversial that yes, I have to get closer again to you. To be honest, you will hate me for it, but I want to mention it anyway. In fact, I have to mention it because I want you to succeed at manifesting, and it has to do with this picture and this thing. So imagine for a moment. Imagine you're in the same position that I was in 4 years ago, which means I was completely broke, and the idea of having $100,000 in my bank account was completely unrealistic. I mean, it was not even in my reality. So if I had started immediately with, I'm gonna have $100,000 in my bank account while my eyes are closed and I'm meditating, I would have maybe, just maybe, given up. But because I started with, I have $10,000 in my bank account, that was then easy to reach. And it's kind of crazy that I say now easy to reach, because I come from a place where for over a decade, I never had more than $10,000 in my bank account, not once. But for me, this idea was so much easier to reach than the 100,000. And then when I reached the 10,000, then I could double it. And then again, I could double it. Now with doubling it again, then at some point I reached the 100,000. And that is my personal ladder principle. Not to confuse with Neville Goddard's ladder principle. This is my ladder principle. And always remember what Arnold Schwarzenegger says: you can't climb the ladder of success with your hands in your pockets. And that's why I again want to show you this drawing. So here is you, and that is future you. And right now, you want to manifest $100,000, but the only goal that you can somehow perceive in your mind, because right now your bank account balance is just $1,000, let's use that as an example, and you've never had more than $1,000 or $2,000 in your bank account. So 10,000 is already a stretch, but you think to yourself, okay, if I put in the work in the spiritual realm, if I'm manifesting, if I'm really feeling myself into it, I can achieve it. And then you reach that level, and then step by step you climb up that manifestation ladder, and you more and more believe in your skills as a powerful manifester, and then you arrive at the $100,000 mark. And this is also a principle that so many of my clients have used incredibly successfully, and that I used myself. And the next key principle has to do with an Audi R8, and yes, that should be an Audi R8, and with an island, and with Instagram. So let me ask you something. Your manifestation goals right now, are they really what you want? When you imagine what you would do with the $100,000, which is a symbol for your success, a symbol for your successful manifestation, does it feel like you really want to do that? Because a couple of years ago, I decided to manifest an Audi R8 because I thought to myself, hey, oh, if I have an Audi R8, then I'm really cool and vroom, 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 that's a cool sports car. And then when I manifested the money to buy an Audi R8, I was going to a car dealership, sitting in the Audi R8. I still remember that vividly. I was sitting in it at a steering wheel and I was feeling nothing. I was like, I didn't feel anything because it was not my goal. It was a goal that I had because I thought, well, as a good German, I have to manifest a German sports car and then I will be happy. But what I really wanted was the freedom to live wherever I want, to live on a tropical island whenever it's cold in Europe, and to just enjoy my life and to never own a car in my life. That doesn't mean that a car is bad, but is it your goal? Because always remember, when it comes to manifesting money and you then create images in your mind in which you see yourself living your dream life, if that's not your dream life, but it's a dream life from an Instagram account, you won't feel the same emotional rush. You won't feel the same emotional intensity that then allows you to easily and to faster, you know what I mean, attract the money that you want. So make sure that the pictures you create really represent your dreams, your goals, what you want. Because remember, if you want the Audi R8, then manifest it, see it, feel it, see yourself driving it. But if you're like me and you want to go yeehaw in the ocean on a tropical island, then see that, manifest that, and feel that. And remember the words of Dr. Joe Dispenza. To create something new, we need to combine a clear intention, a function of the brain and the mind, with an elevated emotion, which requires our hearts to move into balance and order. We learn how to feel the emotion before it happens, and that's a skill we can practice. And ironically, I found this quote on Instagram. Yeah, we keep that a secret. And oh, before I forget it, I also wanted to share your gift with you. So if after you watch this video, you go to the last link in the description, there you can find a download link to a meditation where you can feel yourself into the abundant and wealthy future that you want to create. And I'm confident that it can help you to manifest money even faster and more effectively. And yes, it's a completely free download. You don't have to sign up for any email list. This meditation is yours. It's my gift to you. And now that you know what you have to avoid when it comes to your manifestation goals and your pictures, we also have to talk about what you have to avoid when it comes to the emotions that you feel. Because, well, you can do it like this and jump into the river or jump into the ocean and then truly immerse yourself into the feelings, or you can do it like so many people and you then meditate with your eyes closed and you just feel it a little bit and very timidly you say, yeah, I mean, a little bit of money would be nice, right? It would be great. It would be... If you do that, then the shark has too much power, jumps up there and eats you alive. But if you really jump into this ocean as deep as you can, the shark can't get you. If you really dive deep into the emotional realm and you say, yeah, I want to reach that feeling of freedom. I want to reach the frequency, remember an activated heart, plus the emotion equals the frequency. And you really immerse yourself into the feeling as deep as you can. And you feel the freedom, you feel the wealth, you feel the abundance, you feel unstoppable. I mean, I shock my clients with that all the time when I can see that they are only scratching the surface emotionally. And I say, stop the BS, come on, what does it really feel like? What would it really feel like? And then they allow themselves to go into the emotions until tears of joy are running down their cheeks, and then I know they got it. Then I know they are there. And again, I want to motivate you with the words of Joe Dispenza to really feel it. The hardest part is to teach our body emotionally what the future will feel like ahead of the actual experience. And now you might be saying, how is that motivating? The hardest part, ooh, it's not so easy. Well, it should motivate you to practice it daily, to practice it all the time, to manifest and to make manifestation a part of your daily ritual. And of course, this gets even easier when you have somebody who can guide you, who can give you advice, who can hold you accountable, and who's manifesting with you. And it's exactly what you and I will be doing doing if you decide to join me on this beautiful manifestation journey by saying yes to the Abundance Reality Shift Coaching Program, which is my 8-week one-on-one coaching program. Yes, these are individual coaching sessions with me personally, and by you going to affirmation2manifestation.com/abundance, you can find out more about it. And because now I already know that you are serious about manifesting money, you can't miss out on the opportunity to learn how you can easily manifest money by using robotic affirmations, which is an incredible technique that I personally used, and I've manifested $63,000 in just 90 days by using robotic affirmations. And if you now click on this video that will pop up here in a moment, or maybe it's already popping up right now, then you can find out more about that.